was inspiring, it was enlightening, and it made me go online and look at these bags to see if I could buy them somewhere. So I love that, and you can, by the way, so look up, I think it's Apolis, Apolis. Anyway, just beautiful shots, especially the very first opening shot. I just really drew me in right away. But throughout, they had some really beautiful shots of the city. And I love that the title means invincible. There was a lot of thought there, and it wasn't just the title, it's actually, I think, the company as well. And it just, love the thought that they actually created a worker-owned sort of factory that really inspired motivation and creativity in these people. And it was like such a healthy solution that is tough to do, apparently, and because the bigger factories will always probably win out overall. But I think the more people have this attitude, the more they take power into their own hands, the better off we'll be in general. I thought it was a really cool idea and a really great way to empower people and change people's thoughts and attitudes and feelings about work. Just really well done. The bags are beautiful, and I love that they're made out of, the specific fiber is made out of jute plants, I think it's called, and it was nice to see the definitions, and the structure of this was really well done.
You clearly know that this was all a result of the demands of fast fashion, which results in a lot of unethical treatment to garment workers, because the demand in the business for the fashion and for the deadlines and for the put out of the product is seen as a higher priority than the conditions of the working conditions of the workers, the health care of the workers, the needs and wants and desires of the worker is seen as secondary, clearly, because these people are not even given a safe place in which to work. And obviously, this fueled trauma and a desire to see a change in these working conditions and the ethics of it, which is why you have this man who funded Kazi, who has taken action and founded this Oporajeo Enterprises. And what's really cool about this was you see that it's a worker owned factory. And so it's someone who has gone through this process and understands how it feels to be treated in this way and does not want to do the same thing. And you can see those that people that work here, the joy and the lightness that it seems like they feel, which is completely a juxtaposition for what you usually see when you're seeing garment workers. It does feel like slave labor in a way. And when I think of certain brands that do not focus on sustainability, because if they focused on it, they wouldn't be able to sell you a $12 jean skirt. I wonder, how are they tied to some of these factories and some of these practices? And it really does make me personally look at how I'm shopping. Because it's like, am I part of this problem? Because am I shopping and looking for this deal, creating this fast fashion industry and this demand, which is therefore hurting someone in one of these countries? So it really did make me look within.
I'm glad that this company in Bangladesh is trying to get it where there's a humanitarian effort to it with it that to what they're doing because it's wonderful. Somebody needs to fix it where there's no more accidents. It's just a horrifying need that it's just something that's sounds like it's deeply needed within this industry, within the textile mills, within the clothing mills, because the fact that these people died or that some of them saw their family members, their friends dying in a factory explosion is quite horrifying. And the fact that there's one company trying to make a difference now is absolutely fantastic. And I wish they'd start getting a little bit more global advertisement so people know to support this company because they care about the humanitarian side of the textile industry.
Structured very well, starting with the disaster and then them ending with the ongoing humanitarian crisis. I really like that the message was very centered and it was very solution oriented. They did hit it hard with the crisis and the clips that they showed of the building collapse and everything, but they didn't dwell and they moved on very quickly into this very wonderful solution factory. Overall, I think that they had a good mix of interviews and shots of the factory and then the crisis, and I think that the point was very well made.
The documentary starts from like the incident of factory collapse in 2013, affecting like lots of thousands lives from like the damage from the loss. And after that, like the documentary like kind of like bring us to think about how we can do better to save like those like workers like in the garment factory. And I feel like this is such like a critical like topic to touch upon, because like we know that like Bangladesh is one of the countries that exports like garments like clothes like out to the worldwide. And we never thought about like those who like make like possible for us to have like clothes or like um ready to wear like outfits like all around the world. So I feel like this is such like a good thing like to bring upon us like from this documentary. It's well told with like some interviews with some footages and like the images to see to tell us like it's important like to care about those people.